What's up, guys? So, I have been a number of things in my life. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things. The one thing I am not is a hater. And at times, when this whole Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul thing was going on, I may have come off as a bit of a hater because I didn't want T Wood to get the tattoo. I didn't like the way the rematch was asked for. But guess what? It actually worked. And I gotta be honest, I can't say I would be happier for anyone more than I am for Tyron right now, because he felt like he won the last fight. And then obviously he didn't get the decision. And it felt like them kids were playing him. It felt like Jake Paul and his brother were gonna play Tyron, telling him he had to get a tattoo. Logan Paul saying, "Hey man, you had your chance, it's over." Like, we try to be respectful. It felt like they were trying to play T Wood. But honestly, Tyron stayed, he did what he had to do, which, even if we don't agree with it, obviously there was some good favor in him getting the tattoo, because otherwise they would have went and looked for someone else. Now, I still have my same opinions on the tattoo, but that don't really matter right now, because T Wood gets the rematch. I mean, Tommy Fury's out. Immediately, Jake Paul, they make a deal with Tyron and then offer him an extra $500,000 if he can get the knockout. It's double. It's another chance. Now, this is one where T Wood can't. T Wood has to just go fight. T Wood has to just go fight. He hurt Jake Paul in the first fight. And that is the one thing that he has built his case for the rematch on. Was that I had you, the rope saved you, but now you got to actually go put it on the dude. You cannot go and stand in front of him anymore. You felt what he had. You know that you can hurt him. It's a matter of Tyron going out there and implementing his game plan, because obviously he's training. He's been training. I would see videos of him getting ready, but I didn't know exactly what he was getting ready for. Obviously, he was just staying ready. And I was saying this last weekend to someone. There was a kid that was making his UFC debut on a bit of short notice, and he said, I'm always ready, so I don't have to get ready. And then Bisping said something to the effect of, as a young fighter, you got to fight, get back in the gym, and get better. Which is true. And I even remember back to when I first started. It was like, you fight on Saturday, the fights would be so easy, you're back in the gym the next day trying to improve. So here's the difference. Tyron's a longtime veteran. And for him to stay in the gym preparing, that was just him kind of like in his mind preparing for if an opportunity presented itself. Now he's got that opportunity. So now it's on T Wood to make sure that he goes out and just does what he's supposed to do, because this will be the last chance. Like, I don't know if at 40 years old or 39 years old, I'm not exactly sure how old T Wood is. I don't know if at 39 or 40, you can restart an entire new boxing career. But then a fight with Jake Paul isn't necessarily a boxing career. It's you fighting in one of those celebrity type of fights. But this one's real. Like, this is not just a celebrity fight. I talked about this on Vover last week. Are they good or bad for the sport, the celebrity fights? This is not a celebrity fight. This fight has something on it. Those guys don't like each other. They had the first fight, which was a close fight, split decision. And so there's something to it. Now, for Jake Paul, hey man, hats off to Jake Paul. I never thought I would say that. Hats off to Jake Paul for taking a fight in which he was hurt, right? Tyron hurt him last time. He knows that there's an ability to get hurt again. I know that he has to know the threat of fighting Tyron Woodley now, because he was in there with him before. He got rocked and hurt bad. He had to go and fight the entire fight, longer than he's ever fought in his life, and he managed it, right? He didn't blow the roof off like he had done on so many occasions with Nate Robinson and Ben Askren, but he managed a full fight against a guy that is a former champion of the world and super elite athlete. Tyron Woodley is an elite athlete, and it's honestly showing in his children. His children are fantastic athletes too. So hats off to Jake Paul for like stepping up and taking that fight and really going into a risky situation, because now, see, there were a lot of unknowns going into the first fight for T Wood. T Wood had been hurt by Luke. T Wood had been hurt by, I can't remember who he fought towards the end of his UFC career. But Luke hurt him. Obviously, Gilbert Burns hurt him. So many guys, Kamaru Usman hurt him. Like, so many guys had hurt Tyron Woodley at the end of his UFC career that there were a lot of unknowns in regards to whether or not he could take a shot from the kid, right? We had seen the kid hit people and just completely starched him. Like, he was knocking dudes out. He was putting them out with the right hand. It looked like he had a real right hand. So T Wood had to be a little bit more cautious. Now, did we judge him harsh after the fight? Yes, we judged him harsh. And we honestly should have, because it just felt like if T Wood ever put his foot on the gas, he would go smash the kid. And that's one of the things that has really haunted him over the course of his entire career, was won the boy fight, just go get him. You know, every time you went get him, you would knock him down. In this fight, he's got to go get Jake Paul. He cannot just stand around. He's got to know that he can go the entire fight. He did it the first time. He's got to know that he has the ability to go however long, 8 rounds. He can go 10 rounds. He looked great. Tyron looked great physically. Tyron's cardio looked fantastic. And if he's been preparing himself, he'll be ready to go in a few weeks to fight Jake Paul. Look, man, massive, massive opportunity. And one of my friends texted me immediately, Tyron can't mess this up, can he? I don't think so. I don't think you can give a champion another chance. And right now, Tyron, a champion, one of the best welterweights that the UFC's seen in a long time, right? During his reign, he was as viable and as successful a champ as we had seen for a really long time. So all the conversations we are having about Usman today, there was a time when you started going about Woodley, like, Woodley's starting to build a real strong resume. So you give a guy like that, with the mentality of a champ, a guy that has been to the top of his sport, a guy that truly wants to leave an impact. This was a second opportunity to change the narrative of how his career ended. You give him another chance to do that in this type of situation on short notice with not much to lose. I mean, everything's out there for T Wood. It's out there for T Wood to go and get it done right now. And honestly, I couldn't be happier for him. You know, when a person has to go through what he went through, the ridicule from all the people, all of his friends, family, like all of us, right? People that for a long time he considered friends were judging him harshly, saying it was foolish to do what he did. He stayed the course. He believed in himself. He believed in what could happen potentially for him. And now he finds himself right on the cusp of another massive payday. And all you can hope as a mixed martial arts guy is that he goes out and does what you expect and hope that he can do. And like I said, Jake Paul, I didn't think he would, run that back with T Wood. I thought that it was too dangerous, but he is. So even hats off to Jake Paul. And once again, I'm going to pay for it. I mean, I paid for it last time. I'm going to pay for it this time as I watch those guys compete again. So those are my quick thoughts, immediate, instant reaction on this rematch being announced. Congrats to Tyron Woodley. Congrats to Jake Paul for keeping an event together. Like I said, he didn't have to do that. So